Something monumental is unfolding right now, and it's not happening on Wall Street. No, it's coming from the vaults of the New York Federal Reserve, and it involves Germany and Italy potentially repatriating nearly 2,000 tons of gold, worth around $209 billion, back to Europe within just 2 months. Yep, you heard that right. The world of global finance might be on the verge of a seismic shift. Stay with me, because this story could rewrite how trust in money and power works. 1. What's really happening with the gold? A leaked report has revealed a jaw-dropping plan. Germany and Italy are in secret talks to move 1,930 tons of gold stored at the New York Fed back to Europe over 8-10 weeks, using heavy-duty NATO cargo planes. Picture over 70 tractor-trailers worth of bullion traveling mid-air. Wild, right? What this means, according to experts, even the idea of moving that much gold is a clear signal, not just logistics. It suggests a growing lack of faith in the U.S. as the ultimate financial safe haven, potentially eroding a pillar of post-World War II trust. 2. Germany's sovereignty struggle. Germany holds 3,352 tons of gold and over 1,236 tons, worth $134 billion, is stored abroad, including 236 tons at the New York Fed. The right-wing AfD party, led by Alice Weidel, has been pushing for years to bring it home. They shout sovereignty. Our gold is no hostage to Wall Street. And now public sentiment backs them. More than half of Germans want the gold back. What could this spark? There's a version that this will ramp up political pressure on Chancellor Friedrich Merz. The choice is stark. Oppose and risk looking soft on national independence, or act and get dragged into a confrontation with the U.S. 3. Merz's Highwire Act. Chancellor Merz is in a classic bind. His finance ministry politely refers the matter to the Bundesbank, which reassures that the New York Fed is trusted and reliable. Yet, inside his own CDU party, voices are stirring. Markus Ferber, a CDU MEP, warned that geopolitical tensions could prompt a foreign reserve grab. Where could this lead? Some analysts think Merz sees this as leverage. In upcoming trade talks, think auto tariffs and steel quotas. A threat to remove gold could be a powerful tool. According to economists, even hinting at it sets a strategic tone. 4. Italy's gold promise. On the southern front, Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni campaigned on repatriating Italy's gold, and now she's facing pressure to deliver. Italy holds 2,451 tons of gold, with 700 tons worth $75 billion still in U.S. vaults. As tensions with Washington grow, she's playing a high-stakes balancing act. Deliver on her promise without spooking global markets. What might happen here? There is an opinion that if Washington doesn't offer trade concessions soon, Meloni may go ahead and move the gold, asserting independence, but risking diplomatic fallout. 5. Logistics. It's been done before. Here's a key fact. Germany has done this before. Between 2013 and 2017, the Bundesbank transferred 674 tons from New York and Paris to Frankfurt, quietly at night, via IL-76 and C-17 NATO cargo planes. The blueprint exists, but will the political will? Analysts say, if Germany and Italy go for it simultaneously, the perception alone may crack global confidence in the U.S.'s gold vault promise, from an unseen fissure to a visible fracture. 6. Markets, liquidity, and lending rates. Let's unpack the financial mechanics. If this repatriation happens, the New York Fed's foreign central bank gold deposits get cut by $29 billion in weeks. That's technically offset by its own assets, but the markets don't care about balance sheets. They trust optics. Impact on rates. Analysts suggest the bid-ask spread in the Fed's overnight repo could spike by $20 billion, pushing borrowing costs to the top end of Fed policy. Treasury yields could rise by 10 basis points, and that's enough to ripple through mortgage rates and corporate loans. 7. Real-world consequences, from homes to jobs. Those extra 10 basis points in Treasury yields might not seem huge, but they translate. With 30-year mortgages at 6.62%, A 25-point treasury rise could lift mortgage rates by the same margin. Suddenly, monthly payments on a $350,000 home climb $30, or $380 a year. According to housing analysts, that's enough to reduce demand in 2026 by 5-6%, cutting construction material needs by roughly 2 million tons of steel and cement. For the car industry, where loans already cover 85% of purchases, rising rates could shave off 500,000 sales and threaten over 10,000 jobs, especially in Midwest assembly plants. And municipal infrastructure could stall too, if lending costs rise by 30 basis points and projects are delayed. The dollar at risk? Here's the bigger picture. The dollar relies on confidence. Gold's share of global central bank reserves doubled from 11% in 2000 to over 20% in 2024, per BIS. If Germany and Italy's move sparks more countries like Austria, Belgium, or the Netherlands to follow, gold's share might reach 25% by 2028. What that means, according to currency strategists, it could shrink the dollar's global reserve share by 4-5 percentage points, reducing demand for U.S. treasuries by $800 billion. That pressures the neutral interest rate up to 3.5%, leaving the Fed with less maneuvering room to fight inflation. 9. How the Fed might respond. Now, what can the Federal Reserve do? 1. Gold-backed cover bond window, allowing banks to use gold as collateral. That would add liquidity, but critics warn it chips away at dollar dominance. 2. Expanded swap lines, more central bank credit. Useful, but only effective if trust in the dollar remains intact. There's a version that either measure offers short relief, but at the cost of long-term credibility. 10. Political tipping points in Europe. In Germany, the coalition of CDU-SPD Greens is trying to balance public demand for repatriation with Bundesbank's risk-averse stance. Meanwhile, the German Taxpayers Association has taken the fight to Parliament with a formal petition. In Italy, we're watching whether Meloni will build a Villa Borghese vault at home or keep her gold in Washington as part of a deal-making strategy. In both countries, gold has become more than a metal. It's now a test of national identity and monetary independence. Conclusion: what does it all mean? So here's the bottom line. Gold may be shiny, but its real value today lies in trust. In the global money game, optics matter. When countries begin repatriating gold, it signals a deep unease, an unwillingness to leave everything in American hands. There is an opinion among economists that this might mark the start of a multipolar reserve system, featuring gold, euro, and rising digital currencies alongside the dollar. Drop your thoughts below. And if our deep dive made you think twice about global finance, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay in the loop. Until next time, stay curious, stay critical, and remember, in finance, trust is worth more than gold. But maybe gold is worth our trust, too.